The Tinker exotic mask has been out for about a week now, and there have been already so many builds on YouTube, and people have been trying so many combinations out. I personally tried the two strikers that you have right now on your screens. The first version of it is going with the two LMGs with measured and friends unit with the chest piece, with the striker chest piece backpack for the extra stacks because of all the high um, rate of fire. You're gonna get them super easily. Obviously, it's great for content that requires a lot of bullets to kill enemies, like legendary, incursions, or countdown because of how many enemies there are. The second striker option, in my opinion, is the one that I prefer as a solo player who just does open world activities, control points, bounties, and all that kind of stuff, where you basically equip the striker backpack, but you don't equip the chest. You stay at 100 stacks, and on the chest piece, you get obliterate with a Grupo Sombra chest piece or a Chesca Vairoba with obliterate, depending on your stats. There is the ongoing directive, which a lot of people really enjoy. However, in my personal opinion, the build that I've actually liked the most, and I think gives me the biggest difference compared to having the ticker mask on it and not having it, is the Heartbreaker build. And the main reason for that is that Heartbreaker, even though it's a decent build, I would say, I just didn't like that you had to sacrifice, your weapon talent, killer giving you 70% critical hit damage, losing that to just get like 15 or 20% amplified damage to pulsed enemies. That, with the fact that the build up could be late because the laser pointer that comes with the technician specialization, which instantly pulses anyone you look at, sometimes wouldn't work as intended. It would bug out, you wouldn't get stacks even though you were shooting at enemies and they were supposed to be pulsed and all that kind of stuff. I liked the idea of Heartbreaker, but I just didn't like how it played. I felt like the damage, I was losing too much on the damage if I was going with Heartbreak. And here, what you have right now on your screens is the Heartbreaker build that I've been trying out with Tinkerer. As you can see, we have 3 blue cores, 3 red cores, and then of course we have the Tinkerer mask with Flatline because we want to get the 15% amplified weapon damage to pulsed enemies, which we get all the time because we have the linked laser pointer, which comes from the technician specialization on our M4, and our second talent obviously is Killer, which will grant me 70% critical hit damage for 10 seconds as soon as I kill an enemy with a critical hit. We're using the chest piece, not the backpack on the Heartbreaker. The main reason for that is that the backpack, really what it offers us, increases total bonus armor gain per stack from 1% to 2. So basically you get extra survivability. But if you want that extra survivability, I've always considered going with Bloodsucker being better, simply because you get 10% of your bonus armor for 10 seconds as soon as you kill an enemy, excuse me, and the max stack is 10. So the two versions of this build, first one is, as you can see over here, with the unstoppable force on it, if you want to go for the extra damage, because unstoppable force will increase your total weapon damage by 5% for 15 seconds and can stack up to 5 times, which means you will reach a point where you have 25% increased total weapon damage. However, if you would like some more survivability, then you just get Bloodsucker here and you will gain bonus armor from killing its enemy on top of the bonus armor you would anyways get by simply shooting at him. Now the chest piece, obviously it's much more beneficial to have on because it increases your max stacks from 50 to 100. For those of you who don't really remember what Heartbreaker does, because it's been out for a while now. At 2 pieces we get 15% assault rifle damage and 50% LMG damage. At 3 pieces we get weapon handling, 15% of it, and then Headshots apply pulse for 5 seconds. Now, this over here is only in the gear set in case you don't want to use the linked laser pointer from the technician specialization on your weapon. Weapon hits on pulsed enemies add a stack of +1 bonus armor and 1.1% weapon damage to pulsed enemies up to a max of 50 stacks. 2 stacks are lost each second. So basically, once we reach 100 stacks, we will have 100% bonus armor. Keep in mind that you very rarely you reach 100% bonus armor simply because if you have, let's say, 20% bonus armor, if you're at 20 stacks and then the enemies take down the 20% bonus armor and you start hitting again, as soon as you go to, let's say, 25 stacks, you're not going to get 25% extra bonus armor. You're going to get just that 5 extra that the enemies haven't already taken down. But when it comes to the weapon damage, you go to 110% weapon damage to pulsed enemies. These work great with Killer because on top of that you will get the 70% critical hit damage as well as the Flatline, which is a must-have weapon because it amplifies your weapon damage by 15% to pulsed enemies. Now, when it comes to the blue cores, I personally like to run it with 3 so I can be a little bit more tanky. The game can be a little bit too punishing if you go with 6 red cores. I understand that some of you will be fine with 6 red cores and that's completely fine and that's great. However, a big portion of the community has shifted from going with like full red core builds to like hybrids, in a sense that you have some blue, you have some red, and you just, you know, sacrifice some of your damage output to have some extra survivability. When it comes to the actual stats, let me put the 12% critical hit damage mode here. As you can see, 51% critical hit chance. You can increase that, depends on what you like, with 138% critical hit damage. And if we change to the other backpack, because it's the same brand set, again it's the exact same numbers, assuming you have everything maxed out. All my rolls are critical hit damage and some critical hit chance, so I can reach that 50%. And that's pretty much it. Later today, I will attempt to clear District Union or Legendary, since it's the weekly Legendary mission using this build. If it goes well, I should have a video, a full video of the whole run, like 30-40 minutes, how long it's going to take on the channel the very next day. Let me know down below in the comment section, guys, your thoughts about the best builds you have found where using Tinker is actually, you know, offering a very different experience to what the build was playing as before. And yeah, that's it, guys. Let me know down below in the comment section your thoughts. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Bye bye.